Tonight we're talking about the film recently voted the most popular movie of all time. It was made back in the 1950s, in 1958 to be precise. So, what's the film and why is it so popular today? Well, it's a classic thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock, and it is of course, Vertigo. The film stars James Stewart as Scotty, an ex-detective who has been forced to retire because of health problems, including vertigo. In the movie, he's hired as a private detective to follow a woman, played by Kim Novak, who's been behaving strangely. The thriller, based on a novel written by a French crime writer, is set in San Francisco and is beautifully filmed partly on location, as the hero follows the woman through the streets of the city. The plot of Vertigo was described by Hitchcock as boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy meets girl again, boy loses girl again, but in fact it's a very complex film which needs to be watched several times to be fully understood. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to tell you too much about what happens, but let's just say there's some romance and there are a couple of murders. One of the most famous scenes takes place on top of a church tower. The film is shot using a special camera effect, now known as the vertigo effect, which creates a confusion between fantasy and reality, and which reflects Scotty's mental state. The powerful soundtrack, written by Bernard Herrmann, also adds to the strange atmosphere. Although it received some negative reviews when it was first released, the film has since become more popular among critics than perhaps any other of Hitchcock's films. Like many thousands of people who chose this as their favorite film, I believe that Hitchcock has never been beaten as the greatest creator of suspense and mystery.